Today, we're talking pivot turns. Definitely more of a dirt bike technique, but it can be handy in trials when you're done screwed up and you're not good enough to hop and you gotta get around a tight section. Yeah, sometimes it's worth it. I love the traffic, so inconsiderate. Anyway, yeah, sometimes it's worth it to take the dab, throw the bike over. Hey, it's better than running out of the section and taking a 5. And so yeah, here's pivot turns. We're gonna start without the engine on, just to get an idea of the body movements required. We're gonna start going off to the left first. That way we can keep our foot on the rear brake. We're gonna use the rear brake for this exercise since the engine isn't running and we don't have that working for us. So, see I got my leg spaced out from the bike just a little bit. Foot is on the rear brake. Front brake is on. And pull the clutch in just out of habit. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drop our body weight forward a little bit. Just get a little compression here. Just like that. Now, when I come back, I'm pulling off to the side here. I'm gonna exaggerate that body movement so you can see it really good. Way off to the side, you see the bike actually tried to move on me right there. I haven't really put any effort into it. So, now we're gonna do it for real. I'm gonna come forward, come back, so here we go. You see the bike just moves over. I'm not putting much effort going that way. The bike's already leaned that way, it wants to fall that way. Like I said, I am moving my body back at a slight angle. Big thing is just staying back, letting the bike come back to you. So we can go the other way, but since we don't have a rear brake that way, it'll be on the engine and it might roll. Again, legs spaced out a little ways from the bike leaned over, come forward, just gonna come back and over. So, and there the bike comes right back to me. Okay, foot out, bike leaned over just a little bit, foot on the brake, hand on the front brake, you come forward, move back at an angle, move forward, back, and the bike carries right over. Okay, so this time we'll do it with the bike running, and when we do it with the bike running, we're not letting the clutch out all the way, we're not using very much RPM. We're gonna let the clutch out a little bit, and that's gonna act like the rear brake for us. It's gonna keep the bike from rolling back as we move our body weight back. Also, we'll let the clutch out just a little bit further so that it helps bring the front end of the bike up. But we're definitely not out all the way in the clutch, and again, we're not using a lot of RPM. You can see how much we can get with just our body, so we're using the engine power just to augment our body just a little bit and give it that little extra helping hand to get the bike up a little higher so that it can pivot a little bit further over. Okay, some things to keep in mind. I am on an ultra lightweight 300cc trials bike. It does not take much to get them to move around. So if you're doing this on an enduro bike, say a 300cc KTM Husky, gas, Beta, whatever. If you're on something like that, again, you're not going to need a lot of throttle. You are probably going to need a little bit more than I'm using on the trials bike, but you're not going to need a lot. If you're trying to run on something like that old 144YZ you can see in the background, that's going to take a whole lot more throttle just because it doesn't have any torque at the bottom, no flywheel weight. So it is all relative to the bike you're riding. a little bit of it depends on your size. So vary techniques as needed to accommodate your particular situation. But that's about it. It's not super hard, just takes getting the body timed right with the suspension and putting your body in the right place at the right time. I guess that's pretty much every trials technique or dirt bike technique. Anyway, good luck. Man, I can't catch a break from this traffic. It's almost like I'm shooting right next to the road or something. I mean, poor day, I think they need to go down the road. Seriously. Ultra new, ultra lightweight, 300cc trials, but yeah.